Hello everyone, it's another edition of Victor Isibo Reviews. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing, turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss any of my subsequent videos, because we bring out great content here that's going to edify you, body, soul, and spirit. Okay? Now, if you're a returnee, it's always a pleasure having you back. I want to thank you for your continued support. I want to thank you for sticking around. Today, we're going to be talking about a very sensitive issue, which is anxiety. When I talk about anxiety, sometimes I want to get emotional because it's a state of mind that has plagued me in the past. It took its toll on me, and it was on the brink of ruining my entire existence until I decided to put a stop to it. And, I took these steps and they worked for me, and I am certain they are going to work for you. Of course, some of these things I found out by reading and by watching edifying videos like this, but these are things that have been tested and trusted by me. They work. Okay, so some of these guidelines you may not have seen anywhere else. You may have seen them as well, but there are things, trust me, that worked for me, and they're going to work for you in your journey to putting a stop to anxiety. Okay, first of all, let us talk a little about anxiety. What is anxiety? In my own definition, based on the fact that I've experienced it before firsthand, I'll define anxiety as a state of unfounded fear and worry. Okay, that means as an anxious person, you could be living in a barracks with guarded by 1,000 soldiers, and you would still lose sleep at night over armed robbery. Like, you'll still be worrying about an armed robber breaking into your apartment. Come on, you have 1,000 armed soldiers guarding where you live, where you reside. Okay, if you're an anxious person, you could give birth to a girl child, and on her 1-year birthday, you're already anxious and fearful about her wedding ceremony. Things that are not happening soon or may never happen, they begin to worry you. Okay, so it's a helpless situation if you do not understand. If you don't understand what anxiety is, first of all, you need to know that your mind is only playing tricks on you. Okay, and when your body believes the lies your mind is telling you, then your body starts to react to it. Those are the physiological signs that begins to manifest. Okay, it starts with the cognitive. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Then the physiological signs, with your body shaking, your face flushed, they start to manifest. Then it leads to the behavioral aspect of it, where you now start avoiding people, start avoiding eye contact and stuff like that. Okay, so these are all a product of anxiety. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some do's to help you in your journey to put a stop to anxiety, and I'm going to talk about the don'ts. So basically, I'm going to be talking about 10 do's and 2 don'ts. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Number 1 do: when you're beginning to feel anxious, stop. Tell yourself stop. Then look around and mention 3 things that you can see. Right now I'm seeing the ceiling fan. Right now I'm seeing a pillow, and I'm seeing my car key. 3 things. Then look around again and identify 3 different colors that you can see. Now I'm seeing blue, I'm seeing white, and I'm seeing yellow. Then touch 3 parts of your body. Okay, touch my lap, touch my hand, touch my head. Okay, why does this principle work? People that are anxious, they live in the future. In case you want to see them, go into the future. Go 20 years into the future to look for them. They are here right now, and they are bothered about what will happen or might happen 20 years time. So these three principle, trick I just shared with you helps to bring you back to the present time. Come on, wake up. Look around you. Look around you. What can you see? Look around you. What colors can you see? Touch 3 parts of your body. Come back from the future. This trick works very much momentarily when you're just about to start feeling anxious. Okay, try this and let me see a feedback in the comment section below how it works for you. Now, number 2 is chew gums. You see, when you watch football, sometimes you see some football managers chewing gums, and you're wondering why is it chewing gums? It may look somewhat rude, like someone is chewing gums, but it helps. Chewing gum is something that helps people relax. Okay, and also it's about, bringing people back to the present. You can't be chewing gums and your mind is 10 years into the future because you have a job to do. You're chewing gums actively. It makes you to be aware. It makes you to be in the present time. It makes you to be alert. It makes you to be in the present time. You don't drift away. Okay, so chewing gums helps you to relax. Okay, I always have a pack of gums with me. Okay, there are healthy gums you can chew that don't have a lot of crazy sugar contents like that. Okay, so chewing gums helps you to momentarily relax from anxious situations. So you need to try it out and give me a feedback in the comment section below how it worked for you. But it sure works, and I want you to give it a trial. Okay, number 3 is sleep. Have sufficient sleep. Sleep. Have good night's sleep. Okay, by 10 p.m. you should have slept, and maybe you wake up by 6 a.m. That's like eight quality hours of sleep. You should be able to get a minimum of, say, between 8 to 10 hours of sleep on a daily basis. It helps calm your muscle. It helps you relax. It makes you wake up in the morning full of energy and zest, reinvigorated, and you're just calm. Your calmness personified when you sleep and rest. And when you start having enough sleep, you start seeing improvements in your blood pressure levels as well. So good sleep is good for your overall health. Okay, so sleep is another vital tool to help you overcome anxiety. Okay, now magnesium. Okay, magnesium, it binds itself with the GABA receptors in your brain. Okay, and as you know, GABA is a relaxing neurotransmitter. Okay, so binding itself to the receptors makes the GABA receptors more effective. That's what magnesium does. If you can have magnesium in your system, it's goodbye to anxiety. 80% in a survey, in a study, it showed that 80% of the entire population of the United States are deficient in magnesium. So you need to incorporate magnesium into your meal. Okay, it is very good for anxiety. Trust me, this is like the most powerful of these tips I'm sharing with you. It is very important you incorporate magnesium into your meal, because you can't have sufficient magnesium and be anxious. It's not likely. Okay, it lowers the release of stress chemicals in your brain, like cortisol. It lowers the release of such stress chemicals. So magnesium is awesome. Okay, before you may try the supplements that have magnesium, but you have to discuss with your medical practitioner to give you advice on that, based on reactions with other drugs and your medications and your past medical history, if you're going by way of supplements. But I'll advise that you go for avocados, go for legumes, go for nuts, go for seeds, go for leafy greens. These have naturally occurring magnesium in them, and you cannot go wrong with them. So try that and incorporate that into your meal. It's sure gonna help you increase your magnesium levels and invariably reduce your anxiety levels. Okay, now meditation. Meditation brings you into self-consciousness. Meditation brings you into the present. It makes you relax deep down inside. It makes you focus You know, it tells you, it makes you feel like, oh, you don't care about the craziness going on out there. You just want to enjoy the inner peace that you have. Okay, that's what meditation does. And that's just number 5. You know, meditation, it helps you, you know, to relax and, you know, feel inner peace. Okay, now number 6 is yoga. Yoga is an ancient practice that has helped people to battle depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. And you want to give it a try. Number 6, yoga. It also helps, and you can go online and you can also go on YouTube, and you will see different yoga practices. You have to incorporate it into your daily routine. It's going to help you in your journey to overcoming anxiety. Okay, number 7 is, like you see my hand now, I have rubber bands. Okay, when anxiety is about to creep in, all you need to do is this. That's all you need to do. What it does is it gives you some slight pain in your hand. And what does that pain do? The pain brings you from 2075 back to the present time. The mind of an anxious person is always drifting. The mind is always playing out bad, unfortunate scenarios to them. An anxious person is always thinking he cannot do something, even though he knows he can do it, but his mind tries to convince him, no, the last time you got it right, it was a mistake. If you try it the next time, you're going to fail. Okay, so such thoughts drifts you away from the present time, and this can bring you back in one split second. Okay, so it helps to rewire your mind, refocus your mind to what is really necessary and what is going on. So number 7 is rubber bands. Just a snap. Okay, some people have some anti-anxiety objects that they put in their palms. You know, those things are just like making you active, because when you're active, obviously you don't have time to drift away. Okay, keeping you occupied or bringing you back from the future into the present time. Okay, so number 8 is deep breathing. I call it diaphragmatic breathing. Okay, let's do something in a 5, 5, and 5 method. 5, 5, and 5. The first 5 is you breathe in for 5 seconds. Like you consciously count to 5 in your subconscious. Then hold your breath for another 5. In your subconscious, you're counting. Then breathe out for another 5. This thing sends anxiety back in. Now let's do it. I breathe in for 5, I held it up for 5, and I breathe out for 5. Let's do it again. When you're breathing in, you feel your stomach expanding, taking in all the air. You do that for a count of 5. You hold it all in for a count of 5. Then you exhale for a count of 5. When you're anxious, you're not breathing properly. You have shortness of breath because of the palpitations that you feel. So your breath is hurried. So this count of 5 for intaking air into your system allows you to follow the procedure. It's 5, right? You have to follow it. Don't be in a hurry. The world is not coming to an end. Taking air for 5. Holding it for 5. Exhale for 5. instantly. You do this in a batch of 3. I guarantee you that your anxiety level will drop and your heartbeat and palpitations will disappear. Try it. It works. Then number 9, of course, is exercise. When you exercise, you stretch your muscles, you sweat it out, you have the opportunity to come back after having a shower, having a very cold bath. You relax. Your mind does not drift. Your mind relaxes, and you have a very restful sleep because you have strained your muscle, you've stretched your muscles, and it's also good for your overall health. Exercises are wonderful for your health. Now, exercise is number 9, and number 10 is just see a medical practitioner, maybe a psychiatrist, just for some tips about what you may do. I'm just adding this number 10 because, you know, it's a medical condition that you can address at home. But if all else fails, then you can see a medical practitioner. But I guarantee you that if you follow all 9 religiously, you wouldn't need to get to number 10. I guarantee you that you should be able to take care of it. But if all else fails, of course, you have to meet with the experts. Now, let me talk about 2 don'ts. 2 don'ts. Okay, you wanna check your caffeine intake levels. Okay, caffeine gets you hyperactive, gives you palpitations, and it can too much intake of caffeine can mimic anxiety symptoms. Okay, and you don't want to do that. Okay, of course, number 2 don't is alcohol. You need to check your alcohol intake levels because it is possible that alcohol can make your anxiety levels to rise. Okay, so these are 10 tips that can help you to crush anxiety once and for all. And I also shared 2 tips that you need to avoid so as to keep your anxiety levels in check. Now, let me see in the comment section below what you feel about this video, if it resonates with you. If you also have other ways you cope with anxiety, feel free to share with the community down there. Anxiety is one of the reasons many people have not gone out there to do business. They're looking for safety under being an employee. And being an employee gives them a false sense of security. Because they have anxiety, they don't want to go into the murky waters of entrepreneurship, which is way more rewarding in the long run. So we have to address this anxiety issue once and for all. Okay? Thank you for watching this video. Share this video on social media. And let me see your comments in the comment section below. Till I see you next time, it's bye for now.